Mr. Koontz, can I entice you to sit in a nice air-conditioned car? All right, partner, need help getting up?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, geez, sorry. You got it, man?
Yeah.
All right, here we go. We'll just go kind of hang out over here if you're good with that. Yeah, you get in the passenger seat. I'd give you the keys, but this thing ain't that fast. Does it feel better? Do you want water?
I just had one. I need my blood pressure medication.
Is that something that I can have this gentleman get you?
It's in my room, on my dresser.
Hey, Randy.
It says losartan on the bottle.
Can you get Mr. Koontz here's blood pressure medication?
It says losartan on the bottle. It's in the room, the first room to the left on the dresser. There's a bunch of cologne right there. There's 5 prescription bottles. It's right there.
Do you know the name on it?
Losartan. What is it? Losartan. What the hell?
All right. Well, I know you don't know this gig that well because you haven't been arrested much. Okay, I do know that part.
Okay.
So I just got to read you your rights.
Yeah, I understand.
Okay, so you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. You have the right to talk with a lawyer and have him or her present while you're being questioned. If you cannot afford to hire a lawyer, one will be appointed to represent you free of any cost. Okay. You can decide at any time to exercise these rights and not to answer any questions or make any statements. All right. And it's Michael Koontz.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
My name is Mark, by the way.
God, I wish my hair worked like this.
It doesn't work, huh?
It works, but it don't work like this.
Man, I know. This is the 18 consecutive days of over 110.
I know, it's crazy.
It is crazy. And Michael, what's your, is it okay if I call you Michael?
Yeah.
What's your telephone number?
480-356-7350.
Okay.
And then I have a landline. It's 354-2918-602. 354-2918.
Oh, okay, thank you. And what's your date of birth, sir?
8/25/1969.
Okay. All right. So I know there's a lot of curiosity why we're here. I don't like to bullshit people. That's just not my strategy.
All right.
Okay, and I'm not going to try to feed you a line of bullshit. Okay. So we know what has been going on.
I'm sure you do.
Right, and I know that you've probably been wondering why some people have been getting picked off, why some people have been not calling back, maybe being picked off, yada yada yada. Right. So we're just doing an operation, and we have been to target certain individuals, and you happen to come up.
All right.
And one thing I do know is that you're not a big fish when it comes down to the drug selling trade. All right, you're kind of a broker. So what happens is you order up from people, then you get a little bit, and then you basically give to somebody else. All right, sell it to somebody else.
Or they give me their money, yeah.
Or they give you your money, and
That's
then
usually how it is.
Yeah. So okay. So I'm sorry. Let me get this straight. So they give you money first, and then you give them.
That's normally how it works. Yeah, because I don't have any money.
Okay. And from what I understand too, you're pretty generous on your price.
You're too generous, yeah.
So you're more to look to help people out, not try to make a profit.
I do it for the dope, honestly.
You do it for the dope?
Yeah, I do it for the dope. I mean, I don't barely make anything, but I don't really care about money. I like the dope. And I don't know, I just had I've had 2 brothers die, and I had a brother die last week, but it's just fucking hard to do. I don't know, I had a fucking job, I had my life going, and my brother died, and I fucking picked up the bong after 7 years. I was sober for 7 fucking years.
Were you?
Yeah, I had credit cards, fucking American Express with a $50,000 limit on it, and I fucked that up too.
Do you so you use some for personal use? You obviously relapsed after 7 years.
Yeah.
About how long ago did you relapse?
Oh, it's been 2 years now.
About 2 years that you've been doing it.
Yeah.
Okay. And so
I do it to go to sleep.
Yeah, and does it help? So that curiosity on that.
Yeah.
It helps you go to sleep?
Does it help me go to sleep?
Yeah.
You know what? It does help me go to sleep. I can't go to sleep if I don't have any in my pocket either. I don't know. But yeah, it does help me go to sleep, and I don't know, it just does. I mean, I did this shit for like 20 years, and then I went to prison, and I got out, got high again, was on a probation until I went back to prison, and had a girlfriend that did heroin, and I don't do heroin, by the way, or pills, but and I don't sell them either. But she, we were driving up to Prescott, and I was going to meet my brother to help him do a carpet job, and she had heroin in her purse, and they charged me with the same charges that you charged her with because it was my vehicle.
Oh no!
I didn't even know that was a thing. But anyways, so I got put on probation for 7 years, and I was sober for about 8.5 years is what I was sober for. And so the guy that owned my complex, I worked for him, and then I worked for Jackson's Car Wash doing auto glass, and then the Corona shit hit, and fucking as soon as that hit, it was fucked.
It put a lot of people out of work, didn't it?
Yeah.
Okay.
And so, anyways, my brother ended up dying, and I had all this stress, and I just fucking picked up the bong and started getting high.
I'm sorry to hear that. Did you want some water?
I can. I probably didn't get it. I probably will need water.
There's only one remaining. It was filled back in February.
Yeah.
Fills 30-1.
Yeah.
Here we go, sir.
I haven't had insurance, so I've been getting them from my brother that just died.
And I'm sorry. I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, you know what? I'm sad about it, but my fucking poor mother.
Yeah, she's pretty taken back by it.
Is there any way you guys could? That's her. She bought that car for me. Is there any way you guys could give her the key, because she ain't gonna be able to get to a doctor's appointment or anything?
So the keys right now are inside.
They're inside.
Yeah, but
okay,
we'll move that car obviously to the back or whatever. No, I appreciate the honesty.
Yeah.
I've like I said, we've been doing a case for a little while now, and
yeah, I'm sure.
And with Alex, right, with Nikki.
Okay.
And I know that these were all suppliers of yours.
Well, actually, they weren't suppliers of mine. They were suppliers of Jimmy's and Lisa's, and that's how I met them. I've actually never bought it from Nikki. I've only went over there with Jimmy and got it from Jimmy through Nikki. And then besides that, Alex, I met Alex. I just met Alex last week for the first time, but Jimmy is who I normally get it from. And I'm sure you guys already know all that.
So for Alex, you've known Alex for the last 6 months that you've been getting from him?
I talked to him on the phone for 6 months, but I couldn't tell you who he was until a couple weeks ago.
Okay. What were you typically ordering from Alex?
Between 1 and 3 pounds.
How often would you do that?
It just depends how often people called me.
Sure. Would you say that was quite a bit?
Yeah, I mean, and by the way, I made $50 to $100 off of a pound.
I know, and like I said, it was more of a friendship type of deal than it was for trying to make a profit.
Retarded.
No, I can feel for you there, because it's like, man, you can make a more profit than this.
I wasn't trying to make the big profit. I didn't really care. I was humble with what I have.
And then from you were saying from Nikki, you just went through with Jimmy to Nikki?
I've never actually bought it from Nikki. I went there from Nikki. I'm pretty sure that was you that was walking down the sidewalk that day when I was there with Jimmy Dunbar at Nikki's.
Me?
Oh, it wasn't you?
Oh, I was
looking at you. If it wasn't you, it might have been the other guy that was sitting over here. So, but anyways, yeah, I've never actually bought it from Nikki myself.
Okay. It was always with Jimmy.
It was through Jimmy, yeah. And the only reason why I even went over there with them was because either it wasn't my money and I wasn't going to let him take it, because I fucking had somebody's $4,000 one day and gave the money to somebody and they walked off with it, and I got stuck having to pay back this $4,000.
Okay. So Alex then would you say Alex was kind of your main go-to guy?
Alex was the main go-to. He was the only go-to guy, Alex was. And then it started off, it was a girl named Carla.
Okay, and she kind of unfortunately got you into it?
No, yeah, Carla's who got me into it. Yeah, I met her over at Lisa's house.
Okay.
And then Lisa owed her $70,000, and she just kept pushing it on me, and then she got all weird. Or actually, she got pulled over, and she had a pound on her, and took her to the police station, raided her house, and they got like, I don't know, a bunch of pills out of her house. And anyways, she called me up one day and she tried to push 6 pounds on me and a bunch of pills, and I just don't sell pills.
Sure.
Because all my nieces and nephews do them, and it's fucking ridiculous. Anyways, she tried to push these 6 pounds on me, and I wouldn't take them, and then she started threatening me. So, but anyways, so Carla was the person, and then so after that, I basically didn't know where to go, and then I called Jimmy Dunbar because it was Lisa's boyfriend, and Jimmy said that he could hook me up with Alex, which I'm not really sure if it was Alex or if it was Juan, the guy that lives on 3rd and Purdue. I'm sure you know who he is. And because that's where they would have me, the guy that would come meet me, that's where he lived. And the only reason why I know where he lives is because I gave him money for 5 pounds, and he brought me 3, and I didn't look in the bag, and so I had to call Alex back, and Alex had to call whoever took the money, and then he had me go over to 3rd and Purdue to pick it up, which I guess it's a guy named Juan.
A guy named Juan?
Yeah, but I've never actually met him either. I met the guy that drives the white car.
Okay. And you
the little skinny guy.
Right. And you communicate with Alex Waters?
Waters, yeah.
Waters.
That's how they told me to talk about it.
Okay. And what 1 water is 1 pound?
Pound, yeah.
Okay. So Alex was his courier, I guess, was the main guy, and then all of a sudden something happened to his courier, so then you started dealing with Alex personally.
I dealt with Carla, yeah, and then I went to start to deal with Alex. Actually, there was a guy that I dealt with in between Carla and Alex. His name was Martin, but his phone went off one day, and I don't know what happened to him.
Oh, well.
Yeah,
okay.
I heard what happened to him, but who knows if, 2 guys walked into his house and grabbed him out of his house, and nobody's ever seen him since.
Okay.
That was the start of it, was with a guy named Martin, and I met him through a guy named Kurt that used to live in this complex over here.
How long have you lived in this apartment complex?
13 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right. Just side note, we don't want to tear your mom's place up. She's a sweetheart.
Yeah, she is a sweetheart.
Okay, so we don't want to go obviously tear it up. Is there anything that we need to know? So I'm having guys not turn up everything.
There's a bong in that tent.
Okay.
And then besides the bong in the tent, I'm trying to think where it is. I have a bag of shit in there. It's I believe if it's not in the tent, in the cup holder.
Okay, just so I can tell him again, we don't want to bug your mom.
Yeah,
she's a little flustered right now. What's going to be in there?
In the tent, it's a vitamin water bottle. It's a homemade bong.
Okay.
It's sitting right on the little wicker table in there, and then there's 2 little cup holders, and then on the leather chair, look at the wasp on your window.
Oh, geez, good thing you have a window.
Yeah, but I think there's a bag of shit either in the cup holder. I'm not really quite sure. I think my nephew might have taken it. The guy that just pulled up on the motorcycle.
Okay.
A second ago, he might have taken it because he asked me if he could have some of it, and I said, go ahead and take some, but I don't know if he took all of it, so.
Okay. How much was there?
There was probably about 2.5 ounces in the bag. I honestly, I don't.
Okay.
I don't know. I started off, I had about 9 ounces.
Okay.
And I couldn't, whatever money I have in my wallet, if I have $400 in there, I got rid of 4 ounces, so there would probably be 5 more ounces in there than there's.
Like in the cup holders, like underneath the cup holders?
No, the cup holders don't come out. There's a leather chair, and then there's like a little a side piece right next to it. The thing comes up if it's not inside the little leather hatch or in the cup holders. Then my nephew took it.
Okay.
You didn't see my nephew walk out of here, the big, tall, goofy guy? Oh.
Hey, we can't see everybody. You know what I mean?
Oh, gotcha.
So. All right, so Alex, you'd get about 1 to 3 pounds from Alex. It just depends
on whoever called me and brought me
money.
And
about how often would you get it off him?
Sometimes about every 3 days, sometimes a week.
Okay.
It just depends. Like I hadn't actually got it from Alex probably for See, he's been gone for about 4 days. I hadn't got anything from him. I've called him and asked him for shit, but he just never came through. But it had probably been maybe about 10 days or 12 days before you guys arrested him.
Okay. Who else?
And if you want to know the reason why, I went to the casino and I took my mom to the casino because my brother died.
Mm-hmm.
And she just was so fucking depressed. I asked her if she wanted to go to the casino, and I went there and spent only the $1,100 I had. Yeah. And I got that money from selling a bunch of silver coins that I got from my brother that just died.
Okay. Where did your brother live?
Well, he on my the couch ain't here no more, in my living room.
Oh, he lived here.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm sure your mom is still probably taking that to heart now.
Yeah, but she just got the ashes like a half hour before you guys came here.
Mm-hmm. Huh.
Yeah.
Okay. And then also know about some other people that you hang out with.
Who?
Well, Jerry.
Okay, Jerry. Yeah.
Know about Jerry Borsch.
All right. Yeah, Jerry Borsch is too cocky for himself.
Well, you guys seem to get along decently, no?
Well, we've been friends for 30 years, and the problem with Jerry is he just doesn't know when to stop. I told him, I said, Jerry, why are you doing this? I mean, you're married, you just got married, you fucking have a beautiful house to live in, your mom bought you this car, you got $22,000 from an IRA that he didn't even know that he had. Mm-hmm. And he's in congestive heart failure.
No, he does.
Yeah.
Is he taking medication for it and stuff like that?
Yeah, his heart's working at 31%.
Oh, no. So you guys would team up a lot. I do know that. We
yeah,
kind of go and...
Well, it was his money usually. That's the person that gave me the money.
Hmm.
So I hooked him up with Alex directly because I just got sick of doing it because I'm only making $25 and $50 off of Jerry.
How much are you selling a pound for?
I was selling them to Jerry. I was selling them for $8.50, getting them for $8. And to anybody else, I was selling them for $900. And just recently, I got $9.50 from one person, but everybody else I was barely making $50.
And you were saying that you bought it for about $850?
I got it for $800, yeah.
From who? Just everybody?
From everybody. Nikki, Alex, all of them. Everybody else gets them. Like Nikki sells them to Jimmy for $700. Jimmy sold them to me for $800. I sold them to Jerry for $850.
Okay. I know this kind of goes back a little while, but do you remember the name Rochelle?
Rochelle?
Rochelle.
Rochelle.
Yeah. She got 2 pounds off you.
Okay, Rochelle.
She got stopped by Phoenix Police Department.
Okay, yeah. Oh, I don't know Rochelle, but that was Lisa's deal. And Lisa gave her my phone number, and I do know. Okay, yeah, Rochelle from Mesa.
Okay, yeah. And so you sold her the 2 pounds, and
made nothing off of it.
Made nothing off of it. I know.
I'm sure
she got stopped, and then she walked, and I know that probably confused you why she was walking. Well,
no, she was on probation. I know why she walked.
Okay.
Is that where this started from? Is Rochelle?
No, actually, to be honest with you, nobody has really copped out your name.
Oh, wow.
It's just a lot of tough police investigation, a lot of tough police work.
Wow.
That has kind of got, and like I said, you're not the big fish, right?
I know I'm not the big fish.
I mean, you probably could be if you wanted to, but
I don't want to.
But you don't want to be.
I live with my mom and my kids.
Yeah, no, you're smart. You don't have people, from what I assume, that are out to get you, that are out to hurt you, that are out to do something. So you're smart that way. You're not trying to.
Do you guys have Ryan in there?
Have Ryan?
Yeah.
So Ryan
is the big fish.
Is the big fish because you initially would get from him, but then something stopped, right?
So how that worked was this, if you want to know.
Sure.
Is Ryan buys 150 pounds at a time of meth.
Jeez.
And so when he would buy that, and by the way, he bought it off of George or Junior, and I've never actually met George either, but when he bought it off of them, Junior would let Jimmy go off the tail end of it and give it to us for the same price because Jimmy set him up with Ryan. But Ryan buys a kilo of cocaine, a kilo of Fetty powder, and then 100 pounds of meth like every other week.
Man.
Yeah. He has a storage unit.
Jimmy does?
No.
Well,
Ryan does.
Sorry, Ryan.
Ryan's from Washington, and apparently Ryan doesn't have customers out here.
No.
Whoever Ryan's family is, they're Aryan Nations people.
Right.
And he, they send them, I seen him with 3 duffel bags full of money one day.
Mm-hmm.
But I only met Ryan because of Lisa.
Okay.
And I met Carla and Jimmy because of Lisa. And I've known Lisa probably since 2001. So me and Jerry know each other because we threw in a dart league together.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how I met Lisa, was because of darts.
Okay.
Shooting darts,
Yeah, sure. Huh. Yeah, no, so Ryan, do know the name and stuff like that, it's...
Yeah, Ryan, I don't know anybody. I really, out of... There's probably 2 or 3 people that I know that actually buy maybe $5,000 or $10,000 worth of dope every 2 weeks. But majority of everybody else is just like maybe a pound here and there if you're lucky. And that's about it. I mean, really, there's really not that many big people besides Alex and all these other Mexicans that are running around. And the reason why Alex was so big is because, and it's funny because 3 different people I know met Alex in the last week, and they all called me and said, "Hey, do you know a little guy that drives a red car?" And I said, "You mean Alex?" So I thought it was a little odd because Alex, plays. He kept on asking me, "Do you know people that buy shit?" And I kept telling him I hooked him up with one person, but he never answered the phone for the guy.
Huh. So, you know Bones, John Masters.
I knew Chris is who I knew.
You knew Chris Long, and but John came down here. He got 5 pounds from you. That was back September 15th, 2022.
Actually, he got it from Martine.
You got it from Martine?
He got it from Martine. Martine showed up at the house. He gave Martine the money.
Okay. Did you broker the deal, though?
Well, yeah, I called Martine when he got here and then left him there at a friend's house, and then the Mexican brought it to him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like I said, I brokered it for him. I guess.
So you called Martine for the 5 pounds.
For the 5 pounds, yeah.
And Martine came.
And they negotiated a price or whatever.
And they negotiated.
Did, yeah.
So did you call Martine and then Martine showed up with the 5 pounds?
I wasn't there when he showed up, but yeah, he did show up with it.
Okay, and you asked Martine for the 5 pounds for your friend?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because he had came over, Chris came over, and these guys won't front it to you, so I called Martine and had him come by. Well, and then Chris sent Bones over, and then basically when he sent Bones over the last time, I just left him there to do the deal.
Okay. How did you find out that Bones was stopped, that he got arrested?
Chris Long called me and told me that he got in trouble.
Okay. And just so you know, he didn't rat you out.
I know he didn't.
Bones didn't rat you out.
I know he didn't.
Okay. Good. Very few people...
And just to let you know, I wouldn't have had him hurt, okay?
No.
I wouldn't have. And I know he didn't rat me out. And, and
I get it. You're trying to find out if
I know. I know he didn't rat me out. I know that Chris ratted him out.
Okay. So Bones didn't sit there and try to say, "Oh no, I want to talk."
I know exactly what he said. I got the paperwork on the whole thing.
Okay. Good. So, I mean, obviously,
I appreciate you telling me that, but I didn't ever think that he ratted me out. At first, I did. Okay. I think this stems from 3 or 4 different people, and I should have quit 3 months ago. I don't know if it would have made a difference, but. I kept telling my mom kept telling me, "You need to get a job, Michael. How the hell are you gonna fucking pay your bills when I die?"
Jeez.
I know.
And then you were gonna set another deal up with Bones.
When?
This was not too long ago. You tried to get a rental car, and you were gonna go up there with Jerry or have him come down here. And I guess you just couldn't get Alex to come through with it.
No, actually, if you really want to know the truth, when he said to me on the phone, "When you come down here, I want you to meet the guy with the money." When he said that to me, that's why when he called me, I said I'm in Michigan.
Okay. No, because that and again, I don't know the full details behind that, and it's not him saying that. We just obviously this is a big investigation that we're doing.
He's always had the money. Him and Chris were partners,
Mm-hmm.
and then Chris burned him for a bunch of money,
Yep.
and so they came down here. Bones came down here, and I had a friend that had a couple Harleys, and Bones ended up buying them off the guy, and I made $500 off the deal. That's originally how I met Bones.
Okay.
And then he asked me if he could get the same deal Chris got from me, which basically was getting it for nothing. And and the reason why I gave it to Chris for nothing was because of an ex-girlfriend.
But you guys, you and Jerry went up to Bones' house to deliver a couple times.
One time.
One time. And what did you deliver at that time?
3 pounds.
3 pounds?
Yeah.
Okay. And that was you and Jerry going to John Master's house?
Mm-hmm. And the only reason why we delivered 3 pounds because that's all he had the money for. He had $3,900.
And that was after he got out of jail?
That was after he got out of jail, yeah.
Got it.
And actually, I didn't do the deal with Bones. I did the deal with the roommate, Big John. And I didn't do it at his house. I did it down the street from his house because Big John said to me, hey, just hold on a minute. He goes, just go around the corner and I'll be out there in a minute. And that's where we actually did it. Well, actually, it was, at the end of his property right there on the street.
Mm-hmm.
So I actually did the deal with Big John, not Bones.
Okay. Okay, so Big John was there.
That's who I did the deal with, yeah, when I went up there.
But was that for Bones?
I don't know, because he sat there and told me that he had, matter of fact, he was supposed to come down here and talk to me because he claims that he has all Bones' customers and trying to get me to give him something. And I kept trying to tell him I don't have the shit to do that. I don't have money to do that.
Okay.
But yeah, Bones was, I didn't actually even see Bones. It was 2 times. We did 2 deals with him, me and Jerry. And in both times, I didn't see Bones. I saw Big John.
And was that up north, the 2 times he did deals with him?
Yeah.
Okay, so that was up north of those 2 times. And that one time he came down here,
yeah.
you brokered the deal with Martine.
With Martine, yes.
Okay, so and then John met here?
And then, yeah,
John and Martine met here?
John, okay, you keep saying, yeah, I didn't know his name was John.
Bones. Sorry,
Bones, yeah. Bones, they met actually at a friend of mine's house, down right a couple of complexes away.
Okay. I got it. Is that
And so when they did their deal, when him and Martine did their deal, I don't know, I didn't talk to Bones probably for, I don't know, maybe like 2 months or something like that, because he came down here and did other deals with them. And, and then he had called me up when he got in trouble. He had called me up, but that stuff that when he called me up came from Carla, I believe. Yeah, it came from Carla.
Okay. So, just going back, kind of full circle, Alex is the one that you recently would get 1 to 3 pounds from Alex.
Probably for the last 6 months, yeah.
6 months, every 3 days or so, or a week.
It just depends, yeah.
It just depends. And then you would just sell that to whomever.
Actually, yeah, well, it started off where Jerry was buying 1 to 2 pounds, so he'd come over and give me his money, and then I would collect, get $300 from some, just different people, and so I would just put all the money together, and then get the 3 pounds, give Jerry his, pay everybody off whatever theirs, and I would end up with, 4 to 6 ounces.
Okay.
And then I usually just smoke an ounce and then sell 5 ounces to 5 different people.
Okay. And I'm sorry, how much were you charging again? When you were selling a pound, how much were you charging per pound?
If I got it for 8, I was selling for 9.
That's right. You said
Unless
that.
it was for Jerry, $8.50. And then sometimes Jimmy Dunbar would give them to me for $7.50 if we got 5 of them. So I would call people and try to get people to throw in money, but rarely did we ever be able to get that much.
Okay. How much did you sell that ounce to Dale for?
For $100, or either I never even looked at the money. It was either 80 or 100.
Okay. And how did you guys do that deal? Did he call you or something like that?
Yeah, he called me on the phone and he said, "Hey, I'm coming over for my usual." That's what he said.
Okay. And did you know his usual was an ounce for 80 to 100?
Well, it just because of that's just what I sell them for is $80 or $100. And most people show up with 80 because they try to, not give you the 100. So
it's kind of rude. Sorry.
No, it is kind of rude. But I've known Dale for 40 years.
And
he was actually my brother's real good friend of my brother that just died.
Okay. No, I appreciate your honesty. I'm just trying to think if there's anything else. Like I said, through this whole thing, you're not the I hate to use the term big fish. I know you can be, but you're not the one that's supplying hundreds of thousands. That's funny
that you say it like that because the indictment that I was in 96, Susan Bolton was the judge, and so the whole I don't even know if you know about the Margaretta case, but anyways, I wasn't even involved with any of those people at all, and I went over there and brought a rototiller for her front yard, and that's how I got mixed up in the whole indictment. And she said the same thing to me. She said, well, actually, she said I was a big fish in there. And the thing is that I really wasn't a big fish in there. Now, in the whole network of all of it, I was a big fish, but not in her thing. I mean, do I know that I was guilty?
Right.
Of course I was guilty. And it took me probably being in prison for 3 years to a guard telling me, you know what, you ruined a lot of people's lives selling that shit. And I looked at him and I said, what do you mean I ruined their lives? They were going to go get it from somebody else if I didn't sell it to them. What's the difference? And it took me to him saying that to me to realize, you know what, I did fuck up people's lives.
Okay. If I keep you in here, I'm just going to go check to see what's going on, all right?
Yeah,
so
I'm good.
I'll send, are you okay in this air conditioning? I won't take you out.
I really want to swallow this pill and it's stuck in my mouth right now.
Did you want some more water?
Yeah.
Man? Okay, well, let me go get that. I'm just going to have this gentleman over here come sit here, all right? He's a nice guy. His name is Randy.
No problem.
Hey, Randy, can you just hang tight with Mr. Koontz over here? Can you just hang tight with Mr. Koontz for a little bit? Yeah. I'm sorry, did you say you want a water?
Please.
Okay, do we have another water at all?
I do, it's super hot.
Yeah, sorry, it's a little warm.
That's all right.
Okay.